Well, two jet skiers are very lucky to be alive. They were rescued nearly 12 hours after they went missing in our area.
The pair last made contact with a friend at about 8 p.m. on Sunday to tell him they were near the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. At some point after that, their jet ski overturned, and it wasn't until 7:30 the next morning that rescuers found the woman floating near a lighthouse off Sandy Hook.
They found the man 20 minutes later on Great Kills Beach on Staten Island. Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo spoke to the first responders who helped save them. He is live on Staten Island. Anthony.
Well, Liz, Sandra, a local version of Castaway here. One of those survivors was found not far from where we are, sitting in the water, exhausted and waiting for help. The saving grace here is that both of these jet skiers were wearing life jackets. They had some favorable weather conditions and warmer water, but most importantly, relentless rescue crews that did not stop, even though the odds were firmly stacked against them. When this jet ski lost power and overturned, it was the beginning of a long, frightening night in the water for two friends.
They're definitely still lost.
Who drifted so far away from each other in the pitch dark, any hope of survival drifted with them. It was like trying to find two needles in a haystack.
Our training definitely played a part into it, as well as luck.
These are the firefighters with FDNY Marine 8 who found the distressed jet skiers after deploying from Staten Island. Stephen Guida spotted a head bobbing in the water at 7:30 Monday morning.
One of the first things she did tell me was that she was in the water since 8:30 p.m. the night before. The 47-year-old woman was lost in the abyss of New York's Lower Bay for 12 hours. I was mind blown. I couldn't even imagine.
The Coast Guard immediately started a search after a friend of the two jet skiers reported them missing, last seen headed toward the Verrazano Sunday night. At 5:40 the next morning, a boater spotted the jet ski, but no one on it. This was not an easy job for any rescue crew.
Something like this, where they're in the water for a long time, you hope that you could find them, and you hope that it's a good outcome. But starting off, it could be anyway. After finding the female jet skier Monday morning, Marine 8, assisting the Coast Guard, was also able to locate the man she was riding with near Great Kills Beach, both exhausted from spending the night in the water.
We're very grateful for them to be alive. They can attribute their success in this case to having life jackets on and filing a float plan with a friend.
FDNY Marine 8 was back at it last night, rescuing another distressed person in the water, this one clinging to life near the Roosevelt Island Bridge.
I think everything comes back to any emergency situation. You kind of have to remain calm and revert back to your training.
Easier said than done. It's been a particularly busy summer for FDNY Marine 8. The Coast Guard says again these jet skiers did a lot right. They wore those life jackets and they had a float plan, simply telling a friend where they were going in case they went missing so the Coast Guard would know where to start. One bit of advice: to have the proper radio. It's called a VHF, programmed to channel 16, the best way to communicate distress. Those jet skiers are alive and recovering after being evaluated for hypothermia. We're live in Great Kills. Anthony Carlo, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.